First, off the bat, I am not crying. My allergies are out of control today, and I am waiting for the Zyrtec to kick in any moment now. Now, I made the mistake of not favoriting a comment in my previous video that I wanted to respond to, and now I can't find it, so I'm just going to loosely talk about it. It was a comment left by a man saying that it was misogynistic of me to attack and call out Bethany Frankel for her tone deafness when I don't do the same to other men. He said I should be calling out white men because at the end of the day, like, they're the ones up here. I mean, calling me out for apparently being misogynistic with a misogynistic comment is okay. But I think for me, right, me calling out someone like Bethany Frankel, a white woman, is neither misogynistic or racist. The way I deal with certain things, and I think the best analogy to give it is when you have an addict and an enabler. An addict will do anything in order to maintain their high, right? An enabler will do anything in order to maintain their peace. And that is the best example I could give with conservative white men and conservative white women. Conservative white men will do anything to keep their power, and conservative white women will do anything to protect their proximity to whiteness. It also gives them a false sense of security. If I align myself with this guy, right, I'm safe, I'm protected. And we all know that doesn't work, right? Not only historically, but like yesterday. And not literally yesterday, just like in the context of time. Recently, look at conservative Republican women in Texas who are now crying, right, that they don't have access to health care. Because that's what always happens, right? You don't care until it affects you. Yes, go after Indigenous women. Yes, go after Black women. Yes, go after immigrant women. Yes, go after trans women. Rah, 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 the biggest cheerleaders. But eventually, right, it'll get to you. And conservative men will always put their conservative white women on the front lines, right? We're doing this to protect them. When on any other day of the week, they don't care about women's issues and the things that actually affect women, right? They'll make excuses for reason why women who play professional sports shouldn't get paid as much as men, but are screaming and crying at you right now saying you need to protect yourselves from trans women in sports because it's harming you. And what conservative women don't understand is that these are all Hail Marys by the Republican Party. Before Donald Trump, the Republican Party was on its way out. There are quotes from Lindsey Graham himself saying, we need to basically manufacture anger within the conservative community because we're losing bad. And that's why so many of these moderate Republicans opened up to the idea of Donald Trump, because it was getting them back in the game. And there's a reason why they keep repeating things like, you know, the left can't define what a woman is. And like, why is there so much focus on that? Because they need white conservative women's votes. They don't care about you. They care about staying in power. And when they stay in power, they will come after you in a real way. Because without conservative white women, the Republican Party would cease to exist. And then there's the backdoor aspect of it now, right? Where they're coming for working mothers, right? And they're saying things like, oh, there's so much beauty in a woman stepping aside. Okay, this is a direct quote from Harrison Butker. Remember him? There is something so beautiful about a woman stepping aside, okay, and taking care of her family and her children and her husband. These are all subtle ways of getting you back into submission in order to uphold the patriarchy. Okay, because things were getting touch and go there for the men for a second, and they can't handle it. them glamorizing this whole trad wife thing. Because they're not talking about choice here, right? They're not coming out and telling you, you know what? It's cool if you want to work. It's cool if you want to stay home and take care of your kids. There's a reason they're romanticizing all of this. It's because that's where they want you to be. And if you continue, white women, to support these things, not only will you be dragging all of us down with you, but your daughters will have to start from scratch again, fighting for their rights. You have men out here, conservative podcasters and conservative women alike, talking about how we should take the woman's rights to vote away. And you are so afraid of trans women or migrants or whatever, okay, whatever fear tactics they're using on you, that you're just like, okay, here you go, take my rights, here. So no, it's not misogynistic for me to say these things and put blame on these women. It's actually acknowledging the power that they have. And acknowledging a woman's power, there is no misogyny in that at all. It is a call to get you to wake the fuck up. As far as Bethany Frankel, she'll be fine, no matter what happens. I can't guarantee that for her daughter, though. Too many people think this is just about Trump versus Kamala. And that tells you right off the bat that people don't understand how our government works. People don't understand power in our government. You are not just getting Donald Trump. You are getting everything that comes with Donald Trump. You are getting an administration. You are getting advisors. You are getting people in very, very big positions of power. Everyone wants to sit here and say that Project 2025 is fear-mongering. But half of these people that created Project 2025 will be in Donald Trump's administration. Donald Trump does not have his hands in everything. Things are delegated to other people. And with it being just a couple of weeks away from the election, because with Supreme Court justices set to retire, and the Supreme Court being the law of the land, the danger and the fears that I have are not fear-mongering, and they are not hyperbole. No, Kamala Harris is not far left enough for me. Absolutely not. But I also recognize that people on the far right are not saying that Donald Trump is not far right enough for them. They are endorsing him. Do with that information what you will.